Although the series is all tied up, the Thunder, they've largely controlled the finals. Look at this. They've led for 91 minutes here, Stephen A. That's the most by any team through the first two games of the finals since the Spurs in 2007 against the Cavaliers. Of course, San Antonio swept that series, and it comes down to oftentimes the others. And J-Dub told me that he has not seen this team play their best basketball yet after game two. How can they get to that level?
Listen. When you look at what Oklahoma City brings to the table, I mean, they're the collection. They don't cheat defensively. They don't take any time off. They feed off of that. That propels them. And then think about this for a second. I know I got an elite defense, and I know I got the best player on the basketball court in the league MVP. Think about knowing that you have those two components. And then all of a sudden, we don't have to rely on one person. Yes, Jalen Williams was one of only two players in the NBA to make an all-NBA team and an all-defensive team, okay? Yes, you have him. Yes, Caruso coming off the bench might be just as good, if not better defensively than Lou Dort. But, my Lord, then you got Casey Wallace that gets thrown into the starting lineup. You got Wiggins coming off the bench, and he drops 5 threes. You just turn around, and you cannot predict who's going to hurt you outside of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander offensively. So that level of fear ultimately gets instilled in an Indiana team, which makes them a bit tight offensively because they know they can't afford to make but so many mistakes, and that may be playing a role. So psychologically, they're a bit warped right now, and OKC has them that way. That's not who Indiana is. OKC is making it that way.
And if you want to look at that a different way, you can say anybody on the Thunder can do what Caruso did in the last game, Casey Wallace. We talk about all these guys that can come off the bench, even Dort, who's a starter. But what you can also say is you can't count on any of these guys. That's a different thing. When you look at like Steph Curry and Durant, that's 30, that's 25. There's Klay Thompson with 20. Automatic. Yeah. And even when the Thunder had Westbrook and Durant and those teams, even when you looked at LeBron and Wade and all these 1-2 punches, you knew. And in this, the Knicks don't have one, I don't think. Steve,
no, I'm staying with you with KD and them. You were saying something. Keep going.
Okay, so listen. This team right here, that guy, I like Jalen Williams. I like the guy we just saw, Chet Holmgren. I think they're going to be great players. They're in their third year. No knock on either of them. But we cannot book them for 25 points like we can in some of these teams where they just knew they were going to win. I think that's Indiana's chance. That's Indiana's chance because you can't count on Caruso on the road. I love the player, but you just don't know if he's going to have it or not.
Well, you need OKC big three not to be little tonight. And I think, to your point, they're earning their stripes, Bob. We've seen this growth. We saw the big three in OKC win a crucial game 4 on the road in Denver. We saw the big three in Chet Holmgren, SGA, and J-Dub win a crucial game 4 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. They rose to the occasion where SGA had a 40-point, almost triple-double. J-Dub had 30-plus, and then we saw Chet have 20-plus. Again, these are the moments that you earn your stripes. The role players have done their job. Just think about this in the series.
More than their job.
Luke Dort, although they lost in Game 1, he was huge. Him and Alex Caruso in Game 1. Game 2, Aaron Wiggins and Caruso. So now, when you're on the road, I'm looking at your 3 franchise guys, and those are the guys that need to step up.
I got news for both of y'all. They don't have to do but so much the way Indiana's offense is looking. They got to look better. Pascal Siakam can't shoot 3 for 11. Tyrese Halliburton can't attempt 7 shots through the first 3 quarters. You got to do better to compel OKC to force others to step up. And you got to make it tight.
You're right. There's we talk about what does OKC need to do. Indiana has to play an A game. They haven't played an A game either, though.
They
got one win, Malika.
Score.
And they have a win, which is a gift, in my opinion. So let's see if they can earn another one.
I'm going to tell you what OKC do have that no other team, including the Pacers, don't. A Swiss Army knife, a secret weapon in Alex Caruso, a champion, someone that'll cut you everywhere but loose.
But, Perk, what have you said to me so many times? Malika, road players, they play better. Road players play better at home.
I don't know if I'm going to put Alex Caruso in that category.
The only thing you were missing with the Perk imitation. Hold on.
Carry the hell on.
That's the only thing you was missing.
I can't stand y'all.
Stephen A. Rick Carlisle, he said basically you can book SGA for 34 points. So we're going to put him as the leading scorer. The second scorer in tonight's game in your eyes is who?
For tonight's game, I'm going to go with Jalen Williams.
Okay.
Listen, he's averaging 18 points this series. 33% shooting from the field, 22% shooting from three-point range. He's too good for that. I think that on the road, hostile confines like this basketball town, I think he'll need to do more. I think he knows it, and I think he'll have the opportunity to step up and help SGA out.
He said he loved pressure, right? It's pressure on the road, right? All you got when you're in that locker room. To me, he has solidified himself as a bona fide number 2 option to SGA. I'm going with J-Dub as well. I think he's going to come out of that slump. He's shooting 11 for 33 in the last 2 games. I think tonight he's going to put the world on notice again on the road. Play with that tenacity, play with that edge, and we're going to see the best version of him.
I think it's pretty obvious it's Siakam. I think Malika knows that. I don't know what you guys are talking about, really. I mean, Siakam's hasn't been great. He's going to step up. 15 points in his last game. He shot 27%. He's a good player. He's got championship experience. If he does anything, or if he does not, Pacers have no shot. They need him to do something. He's going to be the second leading scorer.
Well, you saying he's going to be the second leading scorer. If it were for the Pacers, I get you. But it ain't obvious that he's going to be the second leading scorer for the game.
I think he's going to be the second leading scorer for the game. If Indiana is going to win. I wanted to say Tyrese Halliburton, but that's not his game. So I'm going to go with Pascal Siakam as well, Stephen A.
Well, listen, I don't blame you for it. I'm not knocking you for it. But your record ain't flawless, Malika. You have been wrong before. I mean, it's possible that you might be wrong tonight.
I'm not mad at y'all because Siakam has been the best player offensively consistently for the Indiana Pacers. But I will say this. Alex Caruso had him frustrated in Game 3.
Game 2.
Yeah, but guys figure it out. Over time, you get used to what the guys do. Siakam's a good player. You're going to hold him down forever. He's been great in these playoffs.
We thought the same thing about Jokic.
Well, in order to do that, he's going to have to become the Indiana Pacers' first 20-point scorer. Yeah, he did. But the first 20-point scorer is pretty wild. The Indiana Pacers, we're all tied up at 1-1. Essentially, this is goose eggs. The Indiana has stolen back home court, and if they want to protect that, they're going to need a big game from Pascal Siakam. Hey, that's going to do it for us here over on ESPN2.
NBA,